Welcome to episode 2 of Breaking 90, where we're taking Josh through a series of lessons to help him break 90 for the very first time, hopefully.
Yes, make sure you don't miss his journey by making sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see the rest of the episodes, and also check out last week's episode as well. And also, if you want to break 90 for the first time, make sure you check out our coaching plan. Click the link in the description, break 90. It's definitely going to help you. Right, Josh.
Hello.
15th hole, we're going to play a few holes.
Yep.
We're going to go through it. Let's just hit this shot and just talk us quickly through your process on this shot and we'll get going.
So it's what, 300, well 288 apparently, but 300. So I'll probably hit my 3-wood.
Okay.
There's some water at the back and a couple of bunkers, so I'm just going to aim slightly right, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, and just try and get it down.
Cool. Three-wood the club of choice.
Yeah.
That's really good, actually.
And that is a beauty. That's down the right side of the fairway.
We're going to catch a piece, is it?
Yeah, lovely shot.
Yeah, really good, well done.
So just before we sort of walk up to the green then, Josh, last week, well, a couple of weeks ago now, we did the first session, which is all about the golf swing. Just talk about how that's gone for you, and let's have a look.
It's gone good. It felt really alien to not rotate my wrist when out on my backswing, to keep it more, you know, neutral, I guess. And keep the club face closed on the way up. So it felt a bit alien because I'm used to being so far back here, where it was actually bringing me a lot more
shorter,
yeah. And so my bad shots went from being a slice or hitting it with the heel out to the right to the left.
And he's done a great job. You'll see on screen the comparison between first session, the club face really rotating a lot compared to his practice where it's so much stronger. And we talk about it all the time. Club face is the #1 most important thing in your golf swing. If you can improve that, everything else can work. So great job in really a short space of time. Hopefully we can just continue to push this on and make some improvements out here now. Up and down needed here, see if we can stay par.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's see if we can do it.
Nearly hold it. And he's ripped it on that line. Absolutely beautiful.
That's so good.
You know what though? That shot there,
Thanks, guys.
again, it just shows the work that Josh has put in there over the last couple of weeks, working at his game. That shot wasn't even in your bag.
This a couple of weeks ago was like this big high ballooner.
Right up there and that way.
Oh yeah.
Pure draw against the breeze, so that's just great work. We'll get down there and see what you can do. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how has Josh not broken 90 already? Look, he hasn't missed a fairway. He just missed a fairway.
He's a sandbagger.
But he's definitely a bandit. He's hit some great shots here. We're going to just have a look at this one and then talk through some key points now that we think. But a good look so far, Pierce. There's a couple of areas that we can improve on, but let's see what you're going to do on this one.
Very short.
Okay.
It's not bad. I'd be happy with that if it went a little bit further. It was the right.
I think we all would be.
It was the right line.
Okay, let me just check something there. Okay, cool. Quick one on this. We've got a stats guy who does stats for some of the best players in the world.
Okay.
And he looks at the stats and he says the best place that they could improve their game, if they want to improve, is actually chipping out of the rough. So we all struggle with it. If they're struggling with it, then it's going to be something that's going to be difficult. Just come and address that golf ball again, and let's just talk a little bit about what's going on. Obviously, when we were up there on the fairway, Andy was talking about what was going on the ground. You already mentioned about the ball being above your feet.
Yeah.
But this is the difference when we're in the rough, and this is the first thing that you need to look at. Obviously, you want to be mindful of the journey that you've got. But before you do that, you need to look at the lie. Because I purposely put that golf ball in a real crappy lie. I made sure there was lots of grass behind it. I made sure it was hard for you to get the golf ball into the back of the ball. Because if you played that chip shot you just played with your technique then, which is okay, the technique's nice, if it's on a nice lie. So on this shot here, where there's nothing behind it, you'd have hit it on the green. And you'd have hit a good shot. But because you had that lie, you have to change your setup and your intention between those two shots. Even though they're only a couple of centimeters apart.
There's not much in them, to be honest with you.
It's a big difference. So this one you can play as you were playing normally. This one we're going to create a little bit of a difference. Because what we want to do, this grass here is going to stop your club quickly. It's going to slow it down. So we need to create an element of steepness in your back and downswing so you can eliminate some of this rough here. Okay? So the question we have to say to ourselves is, well, if you've got a 60 degree there, which you have, you're not quite confident with it, you could play a flop shot. You could do that. But we're talking about breaking 90, we haven't got to be that adventurous. So in this instance here, if we go 20 foot past the flag, that's okay. Because a chip shot there versus a 20-footer, we're taking the 20-footer every time.
No worries, yeah.
So just take your setup for this for me. And what we're going to do, you'll notice the ball is pretty much in the middle of your stance.
Yep.
Let's move it further back, so move your feet that way. There we go, beautiful. Let's lean a little bit more weight on that left leg.
Yep.
Beautiful. Let's move in closer to the golf ball. And as a result of that, the club will go a little bit higher. So you can see we've changed quite a few things. I even think you could narrow your stance just a little bit. So there we go. So the ball is back in the stance now.
Yep.
You're leaning towards your left side.
Yep.
The club shaft is more upright, yeah?
Yep.
So straight away now, as soon as you swing, the club is going to go more up on the way back and then more down as you go through. Now, I'm not saying that you've got to hit down.
Yep.
You've created all the conditions now in your setup to do that.
Right.
So just do me a favour, have a few practice swings, keep the weight on the lead side. Good, and then again. And again, we have to understand that the club will slow down a little bit because you're hitting the rough.
It's going to catch it.
So you need to maybe grip it slightly tighter. You need to make sure the club has got a bit more speed going through. The worst part, unfortunately for you, is you just made it worse by doing those practice swings there.
Man.
But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Just dig it in.
This is a nasty lie. So step away.
Yep.
Move back in again.
Yeah, just have a look.
As you said, we can aim a little bit to the left, which is fine. It gives you more green to work with. Ball back in the stance. Beautiful. Leaning on the left leg. Okay, let's just have a go hitting one from there. I mean that's actually top level shot now, that is. But the difference on the strike was so much better.
Yeah.
Your old technique, where the ball's in the middle and you're kind of just collecting it off the top, is fine if you're on what we call a snow cone lie, where it's sitting up a lot.
Right.
As soon as it's sitting down, you've got to make those adjustments.
Something I wouldn't have thought of.
That was mega.
It's a really good shot, and I think this is the difference with golf, isn't it? We practice on a driving range with flat lies all the time. When we get out here, we've got a downhill, a ball above, the rough shots. It's understanding the little differences that we need to make in order to play these shots well. In the rough, short game, a little bit of steepness, changing the setup makes all the difference. And he's played a good shot there, and it's the difference between him making a, let's say, a 5 compared to him making a 6 or a 7. Big difference.
See?
3 woods out again. Trusty driving club. I know you're not using your driver at the moment, but the way you've hit this at the moment,
don't ever hit your driver ever again.
So let's tee it up and let's
Ball.
the ball, yeah, sorry,
the
the
ball.
ball.
Dankeschön.
It's a little bit ground and ball together, a little bit toey maybe as well, and unfortunately a little bit lost.
This is really important as well, Josh, if you just stand over here for us. So currently you're working at your technique after the first session, which is about keeping the club face pretty square, yeah?
Yep.
Now what you did on that shot was you went straight into really hitting the shot without really any rehearsals, any sort of pre-shot routine. And I think this is a crucial part for you guys to think about this, is that what we're not out here to do today is change technique. We're out here playing and looking at the game. But at the same time, we want to still ingrain the motions that we want and the feelings. So this is where we always talk about, well, let's do all those feelings and maybe swing movements before, so we can get some repetition, and then we can focus on, okay, what do I need here? What do I want? Like right behind the golf ball. So this is where I would just, for you, be aware from here now is like, right, maybe a couple of these rehearsals where you're really working on that club face. You know, you're telling your brain all the time, this is what I want to feel. You're exactly then going, okay, I want to hit it between those bunkers. You're really clear, you're on your target line. You forget about what you've just done.
Yep.
You move in, okay, and now you're into the shot. You're super clear on what you want, but also you've rehearsed the feelings.
Yeah.
Now you then, and it's so powerful when you do this, because it's ingraining that feeling. It's so easy to step up, no thought, no feeling, and your old habits kick in, which on that one it did, and we lost it outright.
Yeah.
So all I would like to see, and something that you can work on out here on the golf course, is instead of going, I need to fix my swing all the time, it's like a good focus could be for you guys and for you, Josh, is today I'm going to work on my routine.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can integrate a good pre-shot routine to the golf course, and that's all I'm going to judge myself on and when I play.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing to focus on, because you're not bogged down with mechanics.
You're not taking it for me.
I'm not taking it for you. No, I'm not quite loose enough yet. I want you to be just bearing in mind that there you go. So he's really aware of the face still now. He's practicing that motion that he wants. He's done a couple of those. Now he's going to forget it. And now he's going to be tuned into, what do I want to hit? Where's the target?
In between those bunkers, as previously said. So
yeah, we're giving you another go at it here. 2 goes, Chris.
It's mulligans.
I'm counting that first one.
Still.
Okay, still a push. Again, look, the technique obviously still needs some work.
Yeah.
But all you've done there is you've put in a process that's going to help you long term as well.
Yeah.
So again, these things don't guarantee you hit good shots, but they help us over time really to continue to move forward and just give ourselves the best chance possible. Come and have a look at this. You've got to check this out because this is you've got to see what we're faced with here. You can just about see it. It's right to the bottom. There, look, I'll move the grass out of the way, but I'll put it back.
Oh, thanks.
Josh there.
Yeah, you got 260 yards to go.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? High loft club, and I'm just going to try and get it out and onto somewhere where I can probably play a better shot. Because I think if I took like if I went for it or tried to 3-wood, there's no way I'm getting through that. No, it's going to just snag. It's going to do all sorts of stuff to the face. So
it's probably a sensible choice.
Yeah.
That's a very sensible decision, isn't it? Actually,
it is.
We almost thought he might go for a 6 or a 5 iron there, but high loft, good decision.
No, I'm probably thinking maybe a 9 or a wedge or pitching wedge or something, and I just want it in the middle of that fairway towards the bunker, just past the tree.
It's interesting though, in this scenario normally, 260 yards, Pierce.
Yeah.
Most people go, oh, it's 260 yards. Without even looking at the lie, they're pulling out their 3-wood.
Before they've even got there.
The first thing that you guys need to do before you choose the club is go, okay, right, let me see what I can get at that. Let's look at the lie first. If you look at the lie, then it's going to help you, and obviously that's what.
There's one other option I would have done here as well. I'll explain it.
I'll tell you what. Well, yeah, we'll have a look at that in a sec. It's actually
well
really
out.
well out, to be honest. It's gone out bunker, but
bunker.
it came out well. Have you got another ball there, Josh?
Another ball, yeah.
Yeah. Let's have just a quick look at this. Okay, what are you doing now?
With there.
260 yards left.
So this is something I've been practicing. 7-iron.
Oh, he's even passed that test as well, hasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so
and
that was a bit of a trick.
I would have it more closed like this,
okay.
and I would literally punch it right out there. Like, literally, I'd aim for that massive open area.
That's exactly what you need to do on the last one as well. It probably
really,
that's
when I was lined up. I was like, I could have done something else there because this has helped me. Obviously, being a high handicap golfer, being in the trees a lot. Keeping this low and still making distance is loads better than going high loft. And
you did need the loft though on that last one.
Yeah.
You couldn't have done it with a 7-iron.
But sorry. So you could have done just so I clarify that shot there. Yeah. It was 100% a pitching wedge or a sand wedge. But
same
that technique that you're talking about now, where you're de-lofting it, putting the ball back in the stance and punching it out.
Right.
It's kind of like the chip shot, really.
Yeah.
But with a full force going into it. So what I did, I tried to trick Josh there again. I thought, well, we'll put it in a nicer lie. It's still not a great lie. Yeah, exactly. And they start pulling a 3-wood.
He was hoping he was going to pull the 3-wood out.
I was really hoping he was, but he's not that stupid. Let's see you play that one so you can just see that technique, because this is you thinking about putting the ball back and punching it and all that good stuff that I like. That's the shot. That's so good. And you needed that technique with the last shot you just did. That's so good.
Okay, I hope that was useful to you. If you enjoyed that, make sure you hit the like and don't forget to subscribe to follow Josh's journey, hopefully to breaking 90. And don't forget, if you want to break 90, check out our plan down below, our Break 90 plan. It is definitely going to help you. We'll see you next week.